has recently went onto the Shade Room, right? Now, the Shade Room, really? This is a negative platform. Every time I see something from the Shade Room, it's always something negative, right?
Now, you have a friend. His name is Barack Hussein Obama. You know him?
I do know him. I do.
He recently, in Pittsburgh.
President.
Let's get it right.
Yes.
Yeah, President. President Barack Obama. He was campaigning for you in Pittsburgh before some students at the University of Pittsburgh, which is my alma mater. And he said some things that really ruffled some feathers in the news. He said, "It makes me think you aren't just feeling the idea of having a woman as a president. You're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for that. We have not seen the same kind of energy and turnout in all corners of our neighborhoods and community as we saw when I was running." So when you hear those words, I'm sure you were briefed on the situation. A former Ohio.
Translation: You ain't taking care of business, Kamala Harris. Why you ain't getting the black man like I was doing? I had them all under my fingertips.
Ohio State Senator Nina Turner, she came out on CNN and said, "Why are you, putting black men up against the wall and pressuring them into something that possibly, they don't want to do if they want to vote for you or not?" So my question to you is, do you...
Absolutely no bass in his voice. It is straight, wrist is broken, and this is her campaign. They tone deaf. This is the man that they want to speak to, is this guy. Do y'all know how much this is not attracting real men who want to vote for you?
Think that what President Obama said was the right thing to say?
Some of y'all know I'm pretty cheap, so I ain't paying for the ads. But okay, let me go 5 seconds back, and let's see what she says about Barack Obama.
What President Obama said was the right thing to say?
Let me tell you, I am very proud to have the support of President Obama, and that he is out traveling to talk with voters about what is at stake in this election. I'm very proud to have his support. What is also important is, one, to understand, like as I said, I intend to earn the vote of everyone, including black men. Two, pay attention to everything that President Obama talked about, because he also talked about, at length, the danger of Donald Trump.
Alrighty, and just like that, ladies and gentlemen,
sensational.
We are now going to go down the Trump Bash Road, and it's going to be right here to your right, and we're going to talk about everything that Trump does bad, things that you've heard in the news, and we're not going to answer the question, even though he just said, what do you feel about what Barack Obama said, but she don't want to piss off Big Daddy. So let's see what she says about Trump, even though she's supposed to answer how did you feel about what Barack Obama said to the black men?
The danger of Donald Trump in terms of somebody who has said that they would weaponize the Department of Justice against his political enemies, somebody who has referred to black immigrants.
Right down this way. This is the Trump Bash Road. Right down here. You take that road till it actually doesn't run out. There's no dead end to this Trump Bash Road. Democrats have been running it for the last about 8 years. Keep running down it.
In Springfield, Ohio, legal immigrants, as though they would eat their pets, constantly perpetuating tropes. Remember, Donald Trump, who said in Charlottesville, there are good people on each side.
We've heard that one already. It's been debunked. All right, go ahead and take this right turn down the next Trump Bash Road. What you got?
I think it's really important to focus on the stakes of this election, and there are two choices, and I ask everyone to look at the background, look at the work, look at the words.
Come on, get it.
To have a sense of how you then choose to use the power of your vote on Election Day. But there is a very big difference between Donald Trump and how I will be president of the United States. And
how in the world are you going to be different than what you are now? We know what Donald Trump did while he was in office. He was there. And you're here now. What are you going to do different than the last 4 years? I grew up in a middle-class family. And I'm drunk.
And I cannot impress upon people enough that this is somebody, Donald Trump, who intends to take us backward. Look, this man won't even debate me a second time. He won't even debate me a second time.
This chick is complaining about a debate, bro. She done got so off track about the Barack Obama question. She mad. She telling you, this man won't even debate me anymore. That's like having a conversation with your girl or your girlfriend or your wife. And he won't even talk to me. Yeah, I pissed him off, but he won't even talk to me anymore. What? Yeah, he don't want to debate you anymore. Because y'all did that BS 3 versus 1 to try to, trip him up, which y'all tripped him up. But it did nothing for your campaign. So no, I'm not going to give you another fight where y'all can do 3 versus 1 again. I am not a glutton for punishment. You should have understood the first time that you went up against Donald Trump, you should have gave it your all. You should have put your best performance out there and try to impress the American people instead of just trying to piss off Donald Trump, who makes the little Democrats happy, your little friends at CNN and MSNBC. You should have put it all on the line so that people knew what you stood for, and they didn't. I'm not giving you another chance to help you, and then it could really go sour for Trump. Right now, Trump is coasting. Don't do anything else that may even remotely hurt your campaign. This lady up here complaining about a debate. He asked you about what you felt about Obama, but she can't say nothing about Big Bad Obama, Big Daddy, because she know that Obama go come for her. My kids might be watching. For her behind, all right?
He didn't do the 60 Minutes interview, which I believe every presidential candidate for President of the United States has done.
Oh, I'm so sorry. And you didn't go to the NABJ when Trump was ready for your behind. And you also didn't go to that famous dinner that they've been doing since the 1920s. It's called, what is it called? Something dinner event where they roast each other. Just for both candidates, they've been doing since the 1920s. And she didn't want to do it. Oh, Kamala Harris, don't say something about Trump not wanting to attend something when you haven't been attending pretty much anything for the last 2 months. You haven't even been doing interviews.
He will not take up the important responsibility that every presidential candidate.
Get the hell out of here, Otis. Are you serious? Get the hell out of here.
Making it affordable to buy a house for first-time home buyers.
Correct.
Making it many things, expanding access to bank accounts to Black entrepreneurs, 1 million loans that are fully forgivable up to $20,000 to Black entrepreneurs, men and women, correct? Expanding access to bank accounts, expanding the child tax credit. Many things that you're doing. Housing, lowering rent, making it affordable to buy a house for first-time home buyers.
Correct.
Talk to me about this plan, just in summary, and how this will impact not only Black men, but all Black people.
Sure. So look, I grew up in the middle class. My mother worked hard.
Oh my gosh. How are you going to help Black people? I grew up in a middle class. Oh my God, this lady is so bad.
So look, I grew up.
And how this will impact not only Black men, but all Black people.
Sure. So look, I grew up in the middle class. My mother worked hard, she saved up, and by the time I was a teenager, she was able to buy our first home. I will never forget where I came from. Okay, by the way, my opponent, Donald Trump, was handed $400 million, basically on a silver platter.
He wasn't handed $400 million. It was not $400 million. And just because you're giving money doesn't mean you're automatically going to be successful. People have pissed away their money. They put it all on drugs. He found a way to win. Yes, he did get a leg up, and he found a way to make that and become a real estate developer, a businessman, entrepreneur, and did well for himself to become a billionaire. Still a pretty impressive thing.
And filed for bankruptcy 6 times. So just keep that in mind about who's coming from where. I know the...
And what businesses have you had, Kamala Harris? 0. Okay, so you never actually ran a business. Got it.
Ambitions, the aspirations, the incredible work ethic that exists in our community. I know the dreams that exist, but not everyone has started out on the same base. in terms of being able to realize their goals and their dreams. So my plan is to build what I call an opportunity economy, which means giving people an opportunity to actually achieve those ambitions, those goals, and those dreams. So for example, housing is too expensive.
Hey, Kamala, where's the opportunities now, right? Can we bring the opportunities right now in 2024? Why does the opportunity economy have to wait till you get into office?
The American dream is something that previous generations could kind of count on, but no more. So one part of the problem is that we have a supply issue in terms of housing supply. My plan includes working with developers to do what we, and home builders, to create incentives for them to build 3 million new homes by the end of my first term.
How are you going to work with them, right? What does that entail? So you're basically saying the government's going to get involved with building homes. Why can't somebody ask her, what does that entail? So these are all talking points with no explanations.
The second part, which is equally important, if not more, is to give people, first-time home buyers, a $25,000 down payment assistance.
Bro, gut feel would tear her apart, bro. It would be embarrassing for her.
Because what you and I know is a lot of folks want to be a homeowner, but they don't come from money. They don't come from some families that can necessarily give them or pass on a home or give them the equity out of their home to help them with the down payment. $25,000 down payment assistance just helps people get their foot in the door to then save up to cover a mortgage. $6,000 child tax credit. I'm expanding the child tax credit to $6,000 for you.
Because it's probably the hardest time to raise a child, to give them, let's see, she's going to say that car seats, formula, something like that, right?
Young families, so that in the first year of their child's life, they have the resources they need to buy a crib, a car seat, clothes, knowing that all parents have a natural desire to parent their children well, but not all parents have the resources to be able to do that. Opportunity. Small businesses. My second mother, our second mother,
$50,000 tax credit,
who helped raise us, was a small business owner. I know who our small business owners are. They, for our communities, they are part of the cultural, economic, civic fabric of our communities. They hold the strength of hiring locally, mentoring, all that. So.
All right, y'all, she full of shit, man. All right, I can't take no more. It's totally scripted. It's totally scripted.
Audio Jungle.
She's these are all talking points. You notice how she's rolling down the talking points. She's just going from one to the next, 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 because nobody is pushing her on answering these questions, right? What does 3,000 homes look like? I'm in real estate and I want to know about this. I just want to hear what it looks like. And if it makes sense, I'm all about policy. But when you're not telling me something, I'm always afraid of the people that are telling me one thing, but they're not giving me details behind it, right? You're not explaining any of these things. None of them.